All right, let's jump right in. You hear all the time about the AI giants from Silicon Valley, right? Well, today we're talking about a homegrown model from India that's making some serious waves. It's called Sarvam, and it's reportedly outperforming the big players on tasks that are uniquely Indian. This is the story of India's very own sovereign AI.
So, you might be asking yourself, why does a country even need its own AI? Well, this quote right here, it just nails it. Think about it. Pretty much the entire foundation of modern AI was built on English. Sarvam was created to fundamentally fix that for what is arguably the most linguistically diverse nation on the planet.
So here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll break down the language problem that global AI faces in India. Then, we'll introduce Sarvam as the homegrown solution. After that, and this is the fun part, we're going to put it to the test. Then we'll look at its real-world impact and wrap up with what this all means for the future of local AI.
Okay, let's dig into that core issue. You've got these massive, multi-billion-dollar models from companies like Google and OpenAI. So why do they seem to fall flat when they come up against the incredible mix of languages you find in India?
It all boils down to this. We're not talking about some tiny niche problem. These are the daily realities for hundreds of millions of people. When a farmer needs crop information, a doctor is trying to update a patient's file, or a shopkeeper is just texting a customer, the world's best AI just can't keep up. It's because they weren't trained deeply on all the dialects, the accents, and especially on code switching. You know, that thing so many people do, mixing Hindi and English in the same sentence? Yeah, most AI just breaks. It creates this huge accessibility gap.
And that gap right there, that's the opening Sarvam was built to walk right into. See, this isn't just another language model, it was designed from the ground up, specifically as a sovereign solution for India.
Now, you're hearing this term, sovereign AI. What does that actually mean? Well, it's a really crucial idea. It means a country stops being just a consumer of foreign tech and becomes a creator. It's about using your own data, your own infrastructure, and your own engineers to build an AI that gets your unique context. Basically, it's AI built at home for home.
And look, this is not some small startup tinkering in a garage. We're talking about the big guns of the Indian economy. E-commerce, finance, insurance, IT, they're already getting on board. You've got Flipkart, LIC, Cred, Infosys. These guys don't just jump on any bandwagon. They're betting on Sarvam for a very good reason.
But hey, talk is cheap, right? Promises are one thing, but performance is everything. So let's see how Sarvam actually performs when we put it head-to-head with some of the biggest names out there. Okay, first up, a test that sounds simple but is actually incredibly difficult for most AI. We're talking about transcribing someone who's code switching, jumping between languages mid-sentence, just like millions of Indians do every day. So we'll go from English to Hindi and then to Gujarati all in one go and see if we can get a single, perfect transcript.
And wow, the results really speak for themselves. On the left, you see Sarvam. It captures the Gujarati phrase perfectly, flawless. Now, look at the right. A big-name competitor, 11 Labs, gets completely lost. It hears Gujarati, but it spits out this weird, grammatically broken Hindi using the Gujarati alphabet. That's how confused it is. This right here shows you the power of training on local data. It's a decisive edge.
Okay, if you thought that was impressive, check this out. We're going to level up the difficulty to what I would call a nearly impossible task for most computers: reading and digitizing messy, handwritten Hindi. I mean, come on. That's tough for a person, let alone a machine.
And again, the difference is just night and day. Sarvam's vision model, it absolutely nails it. Breathes the name Priya Upadhyaya and all the details, no problem at all. But then you look at ChatGPT-4, one of the most advanced AIs in the world, mind you, and it just makes stuff up. The technical term is that it hallucinates. It invents a completely different last name, gets the text wrong. This is a total game changer.
And get this part is pretty cool. Sarvam is so confident in what they've built that they give every new user 1,000 free credits. So you don't even have to take my word for it. You can literally go online and test these exact same features yourself and see what happens.
Okay, so these demos are super impressive, no doubt. But let's bring this back down to earth for a second. Why does this tech actually matter? What real-world problems does it solve for regular people and businesses?
Well, the applications are just huge. Imagine a bank teller who can instantly communicate with a customer who speaks a language they don't know. Think about a government office finally being able to digitize millions of dusty, handwritten records, unlocking all that data for the first time. Or a student who can watch a lecture from a top university, instantly dubbed into their native Punjabi.
This is about breaking down huge communication barriers at a massive scale.
All of this really points to a much broader trend, a big shift in the entire AI landscape. It's not just a race to build the biggest, one-size-fits-all model anymore. It seems the future is local.
And that is the key takeaway here. Sarvam's strategy isn't to beat ChatGPT at writing English poetry. That's not the game. Its genius is in succeeding where the global giants have a massive blind spot. By focusing laser-tight on the linguistic complexities of India, it isn't just competing, it's expertly filling a critical gap that the big players created themselves.
And that leaves us with a really fascinating question to chew on. Sarvam is proving that it's possible to build an AI that can master the incredible diversity of India's 22 official languages, plus countless dialects. If that can be done, what does it mean for the future? What's next for specialized, sovereign AI in other parts of the world with their own unique languages and cultural contexts? It really feels like the AI story is just getting started.